restraint bolts used to maintain the ISS rollout solar array in a safe configuration on flight support equipment it launched on in the trunk of the cargo Dragon vehicle that arrived at the station a few weeks ago.
We're going to verify that R5 is released.
Okay. So that's on the other side, closer to Pola. I'm going to translate nadir. R5, Jenny, that's good with you.
That sounds good to me, and good words. R5 is next to Stanchion Bravo, so Zenith inboard by the POA.
The R5 bolt being referred to by Spacewalk communicator Jenny Seide is a hinge restraint for the solar array on its flight support structure. Next up for Pesquet would be the release of anti-rotation devices. This was a feature installed for launch to maintain structural integrity for the array on the flight support equipment.
Major better than the can see R5. Looks like it's fully popped out.
Copy, and it should be fully sprung out if it's released.
There's no marking though, but it looks like it is protruding a lot from the base. I think it's a good release. I don't think I can get my hand there though.
Copy, Thomas. Can you use the socket of the PGT just to check that it is fully sprung out, please?
That's what I was thinking, but is the PGT right size? Jenny, I have the white cables. I'm at the lower struts.
Copy, Shane. And Thomas, you do have the correct socket.
Yeah, Jenny, I can push it in and out of the sockets. It's fully released.
Copy. That sounds great to us. You can stow your PGT, and we'll move on to the anti-rotation devices. So that has you starting at C11, which is nadir and outboard.
Copy. Making my way back to C11.
Good words.
Jenny, I see 11.
Copy, Thomas. You can attach your adjustable equipment tether to the ARD tether points.
Good luck, Jenny. All right, Jenny, same story here. I'll have to read. Okay.
Copy, Shane.
This is Mission Control Houston, 1 hour into today's spacewalk by Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency and Shane Kimbrough of NASA, the third spacewalk this duo has conducted in the past 9 days.
Copy, Thomas. We know that was a
Pesquet is in the process of working to release a series of bolts holding the ISS rollout solar array for the 4B power channel on the International Space Station's P6 truss. From its flight support equipment, Shane Kimbrough is over at the P6 worksite as he is stowing equipment and preparing to route a series of cables that ultimately will be used to hook the array up to the electronics assembly for the P6 truss integrated electronics system.
Good work on the cables, Shane. Yeah, getting there.
The spacewalk began at 6:52 a.m. Central Time, 7:52 a.m. Eastern Time, when Pesquet and Kimbrough placed their suits on battery power in the Quest airlock. They moved outside, configured their tools and tethers, and then made their way to their respective work sites to begin the process of removing this array from its flight support equipment that it was launched on a few weeks ago on the SpaceX Cargo Dragon vehicle. The array will be moved by Pesquet while he is affixed in a foot restraint at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm over to the P6 worksite, the installation worksite, where Kimbrough is waiting for him. He will be driven on that arm by astronaut Megan MacArthur, operating the arm from a robotics workstation inside the International Space Station. Here in the flight control room, Flight Director Pooja Jesrani is watching over the work being conducted by the crew, assisted by spacewalk communicator Jenny Sidey, the astronaut from the Canadian Space Agency.
Fit. The turn is on the stop block bolt.
Copy. That was 7 turns, Thomas.
That was 10 turns, Jenny.
Copy, 10 turns. Thank you, Thomas. You can release the ARD, and then I have new settings to drive that stop block bolt back to torque.
Okay. Jenny, tie down's complete. I'm working on the...
Copy, Shane.
Once Pesquet has removed this anti-rotation device, another launch restraint mechanism holding the array in place on the flight support equipment, he will then begin to break torque on the final bolts holding the array in place. There's a view of the Canadarm2 robotic arm. A portable foot restraint will be affixed to the end of the arm by Pesquet. He will then mount that foot restraint to move the freed solar array over to the P6 worksite where Kimbrough is waiting.
Okay. ARD is released on C11.
Copy, Thomas. I have settings when you're ready.
Okay, just 1 second. I'm ready, Jane.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1. Clockwise 2 is...
Good words. You'll be driving the stop block bolt to torque.
Driving the stop block bolt. To torque, sorry. Mark. Getting the adjust folder in place on the left.
Copy, Shane. Next up for you is to pre-stage a wire tie and tether on the middle soft capture feature. When you do this, we want it to be fully slack so that the soft capture feature is able to engage initially when we're at the mod kit.
Then you have a 11.9 torque, green light, 3.5 turns. But just like last time, the stop block rides up on the base of C11, so it looks snug to me.
Okay, copy, Thomas. That's fine with us. You got a green light, 11.9 on the torque. That was 8.5 turns. You can start your PGT.
So that was 3.5, Benny. 3.5.
Copy 3.5. Thank you. You can stow your PGT and translate to Charlie 12.
Pesquet is moving smartly along in the release of a variety of different bolts and launch restraints holding the array in place. Flight support equipment. He is in the process of breaking torque on the final bolts holding the IROSA or the ISS rollout solar array in place. Meantime, Shane Kimbrough is pre-positioning equipment along the mast canister at the very base of the P6 solar array, where a mod kit or mounting bracket is set up and was installed on a prior EVA, to which this second solar array will be attached on the opposite side of where the 2B rollout solar array was attached during Sunday's spacewalk.
Jenny, I'm in position, Charlie 12, and I'm ready for setting.
Copy. Confirm that you've attached your adjustable to the ARD tether point.
No, not yet, Jenny. It's a good catch. In a better position.
We have about a minute and 30 seconds till sunrise.
Thanks. Then you have the other end of my AET on this ARD tether point, and I am ready for settings.
Good words, Thomas. Bravo 3, counter 2.
Bravo 3, counter 2.
Release
Bravo
the
3. Okay.
Release the stop block bolt, 10 turns only.
Turns on the stop block.
This is Mission Control continuing to take questions in on hashtag AskNASA from our viewers. Twitter user asks, how do the astronauts get their tools out of the tool bag while spacewalking, as they might drift away in space? All these tools are in a device called a tool caddy, which is essentially a tool bag that they carry along with them and which is double tethered to various positions along the paths of their movements on the outside of the International Space Station. They simply reach into the bag, pull out a tool, make sure it's securely tethered in place so it doesn't float away, and then use those tools as necessary. Kate on Twitter asks, do all the astronauts train for solar array EVAs or spacewalks like Thomas and Shane are conducting? The answer, not exactly. All crews flying on the International Space Station have crew members who are trained in generic tasks, contingency tasks, in the event certain critical hardware is broken and must be replaced, and then mission-specific tasks, such as the ones we're watching for this solar array work. They are specifically trained for by crew members on the assumption that they're going to be aboard the International Space Station at the time that hardware arrives in orbit.
Ready to head back to Thomas?
Shane, you can verify that the strut MLI is clear for our ROSA install, and then we'll have you release your fair lead, pick up your green hook, and head back inboard.
Okay, the MLI is all. Second ARD is retrieved on the AET, Jenny.
Copy, Thomas. Let me know when you're ready for settings to drive the stop block bolt to torque.
I'm ready.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2.
Bravo 1, clockwise 2. Then, yeah, 11.9 on the torque, good green light, and 4.2 turns.
Copy, Thomas. 11.9 torque, green light, 4.2 on the turns. The stop block bolt is driven to torque. You can stow your PGT.
PGT stowed, and I'm heading back to the crew lock bag.
Affirm. When you are at...
Thomas.
Go ahead, Shane.
Yourself, nicely done.
Agreed. Nicely done, Thomas. When you're at the crew lock bag, you can stow the adjustable equipment tether with the ARDs, retrieve the scoop with the long-duration tie-down tether, and we'll also be doing a socket swap on the green PGT.
The anti-rotation devices have now been released by Pesquet. Next up, braking torque on the final bolts holding the rollout solar array on the flight support equipment on the truss of the station. There's a good view of Thomas Pesquet at the flight support equipment. At the top of the screen is the second of the rollout solar arrays to be installed on the P6 truss of the International Space Station. This one for the 4B power channel, matching the 2B channel array that was installed during the last spacewalk this past Sunday. Just before we lost our signal during a handover between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system, the International Space Station flying into an orbital sunrise, about to cross the coastline at the border between California and Oregon, moving from southwest to northeast, soon to cross the Pacific Northwest.
Back. That's your bag. I'm retrieving the scoop.
Copy, Thomas. We're back with you after a handover. I copy that you are retrieving the scoop from the crew lock bag. Can you confirm whether you stowed the adjustable?
Yes, correct. Stowed and I'm retrieving.
Copy all.
The rollout solar array technology being installed on the space station to augment the power capability of the complex is going to be used for the Gateway program, the Gateway being an outpost that will be developed and orbited to fly to orbit the moon, to provide support for the human return to the lunar surface and a staging point for deep space exploration. It's a critical component of the Artemis program. You can see in this graphic the current legacy or heritage ISS solar array wings and their vast size, the comparative size of the rollout solar arrays being installed on the International Space Station to provide an additional 120 kilowatts of power for station systems, payloads, and new modules to be launched to the complex. And on the far right, what the power and propulsion element for Gateway, that solar array wing, is going to look like for the hardware that will be launched to orbit the moon, serving as a way station for deep space exploration.
Good words.
Yeah, I have my green hood coming in.
Copy, Shane. You'll be translating to the FSE grapple tower. Just coordinate with Thomas when moving on the FSE.
"255 miles over Idaho, Thomas Pesquet is at the flight support equipment. He'll be breaking torque on the final set of bolts holding the solar array that you see at the top of your screen to that structure.
Yeah, after 12-inch 7/6 on the socket caddy, j'ai pris pour test. Now I'm retrieving the 5/8 12-inch my PD.
Copy. And good pull test on the 7/16 12-inch.
Doing Thomas. Doing good. I'm here ready to come on the FSC whenever you're ready. Oh, okay. No hurry. Your safety tether there. You're at the crew lock bag right now? I'm at the crew lock bag. Working on my bucket swap. Should I go on this routing to get it? Didn't copy that, Senor. Breaking up a little bit. Yeah, which route should I take to get there to not interfere? I think it doesn't really matter. I think my sit tether is kind of more nadir right now, and I'll go nadir for those bolts. So you can go Venus. Tether as well. Try to avoid that. And I got a 5/8, 12-inch on my PGT. Good pull test.
Copy, Thomas. We'll now be breaking torque on the IROSA FSE bolts, Charlie 12 and Charlie 11. We'll be starting with Charlie 12.
Copy, Charlie 12. Okay, Shane, let me know when you've stopped translating. You're coming nadir? I'm coming nadir. On right now. Here you go, I'm clear, good tether. Are you on the FSE? I am. On the Venus side now.
Shane Kimbrough now joining Pesquet at the flight support equipment to lend a hand as Pesquet is about to work with his pistol grip tool to release a final pair of bolts holding the solar array that you see at the very top of your screen to this flight support equipment. The two arrays, this first pair of arrays, were launched in the trunk of the SpaceX Cargo Dragon vehicle a few weeks ago. This flight support equipment will be robotically detached from its location that you see on the truss and reinstalled in the trunk of Dragon. SpaceX is scheduled to undock the Cargo Dragon vehicle on July 6th and deorbit for a splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean the following day, bringing home scientific experiments and other cargo. The trunk of Dragon will be jettisoned and disposed of with that flight support equipment prior to the re-entry of the Dragon for its parachute-assisted splashdown in the Atlantic Ocean.
Breaking torque, and your settings are Bravo 3, counter 2.
Up to half-stone, breaking torque, Bravo 3, counter 2.
A-firm.
I'm on at the tower, and I'll hold here. Yep.
And Shane, understand you're holding in position. I'll have big picture words for both of you once Thomas breaks torque on Charlie 12.
Sounds good, James. Got Bravo 3. You say clockwise 2 or counter 2? Counter 2, right?
Counter 2.
Okay, Bravo 3, counter 2, Charlie 12. That's the turn.
Good words.
Okay, that's done.
Copy. You can translate to Charlie 11.
11.
Big picture for you both. We are more or less on timeline. PET 1 hour 25 minutes, and our limiting consumable is 7 hour 10 minutes on EV2 MEDOX.
Copy, Jenny.
At this point, Shane, we're going to have you hold position. I have a couple of steps for you, but primarily we will be waiting to release Charlie 11 once Thomas has configured the arm. In the meantime, I'll take a glove inspection and a hap check from you.
EV1 gloves look good, no change. Dry hat.
Copy.
Ready, I'm in position for Charlie 11.
Copy. Same settings, Bravo 3, counter 2, and you'll just be braking torque.
Bravo 3, counter 2. Okay, torque is broken on Charlie 11.
Copy. We'll now be releasing the iROSA FSE bolts. So starting with Charlie 11, so in your current location, we'll be releasing it 27 turns only, which is just halfway, so not fully releasing the bolts. And your settings are Bravo 3, counter 3.
Bravo 3, counter 3. I'll put down my BRT for Charles J.
Copy. Shane, you can retrieve the square scoop from the crew lock bag and stow it on your mini workstation, and I'll also get a confirmation of a green light on your HECA when you're ready.
This is Mission Control Houston. We're approaching the 1 hour 30-minute mark into today's spacewalk by Pesquet and Kimbrough. The crew just about on the timeline. Pesquet is releasing the last of the bolts holding the iROSA or ISS rollout solar array in place on the flight support equipment, being assisted by Shane Kimbrough. You can see him using a pistol grip tool. Once these bolts are released, Pesquet then will set up a portable foot restraint at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm that he will plant his feet in for a ride over to the P6 truss while he holds the array for a handoff to Kimbrough in the first phase of the actual installation process on a mounting bracket at the base of the mast canister at the base of the P6 truss structure.
You can stow your PGT and translate to Charlie 12.
EV2 has a green light on the HECA.
Copy, Shane. And Shane, we're also going to take a power cycle on the HECA as well.
You want to get the scoop, you said?
A-firm, you're retrieving the scoop and stowing it on your mini workstation.
That's perfect. Jenny, I'm ready for settings on Charlie 12.
Bravo 3, counter 3.
Bravo 3, counter 3.
A-firm, and you'll be releasing Charlie 12, 51 to 54 bolts, The bolt will spring out when fully released.
Charlie 12, 1 to 5 turns, 54 turns, sorry.
Affirm.
For VT, power cycle my echo, and I'm going to get speed long duration tight on tether as well. Is that good?
Copy, Shane. And Shane, that's right. You will be retrieving a long duration tight on tether as well. Good catch.
Okay, Jenny, I have to work a little bit on my body position here. So bear with me for a second. And that's all.
Copy.
How you doing, Shane? Good, I'm just hanging out at the tower here, just okay. Ready for the next. At my workstation. Okay. Serious turns on the PGT. I'm sorry, what? You're getting some serious turns on the PGT. Didn't copy. I only hear turn on the PGT, Shane. What's your question? Sorry, I said you're getting a lot of turns on it. No. I haven't started yet. I'm working on my body position. All right, Jenny, I'm ready for Charlie 12. 4 turns. It's a better for you guys.
Copy, Thomas.
Back. See, yeah, Rosa, move a little bit up. Five turns. One. 40. Roll popped out. 45 turns and it's popped out, Jenny.
Copy, C12 is fully released, popped out. Was that 45 turns, Thomas?
Correct. Need a couple more. Now I'm at 50 with the bolt is keeping. I think it's a good release. Charlie 12.
Okay, understood. You can stow your PGT, and then I'll take a glove inspection and HAP check when ready.
Yep. EV1 and good gloves.
Copy, Thomas. You'll be installing a square scoop on the root beam microsquare near Charlie 12. The handle will be facing nadir.
Copy. Mark.
Thomas Pesquet about to complete the loosening of bolts holding the ISS rollout solar array in place on its flight support equipment.
And the scoop is locked. Mounting nadir on the micro fixture next to Charlie 12 or Charlie 6.
Copy, Thomas. Remove your RET and translate back to the tower handrail. Also, check HAP is dry.
Half dry. And I'll just speak back to the tower handrail.
Copy.
Straight put here, Tom, I'll wait on you. Yep.
As the International Space Station prepares to cross the northwest coast of Africa on a trajectory from northwest to southeast, Thomas Pesquet has completed the loosening of bolts that has held the IROSA or ISS rollout solar array in place on its flight support equipment. Next up for Pesquet, who's at the bottom of your screen, Shane Kimbrough at the top of your screen, will be for Pesquet to set up a portable foot restraint at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm.
Shane, here comes your rain PGT if you want. I'll show you. Oh, it's stand by. Got it. Now I should need the red. There you go. So here. Got a red, so give me yours back. You have my red. You want me to do a socket swap now or wait? Rotation. Yeah. Breaking up standing, copy that. Never mind. I gotta drive C1. Okay. I'm gonna head to the arm now.
Thomas,
Jenny's back.
right, Thomas, you can translate to the port CETA cart, and then we will have you give SSRMS a go when you're ready for the published APFR reconfig position.
Okay, copy. Report CETA cart, and I gave Martin. I gotta go when I'm ready. I'm gonna stay here and just to make sure you get cleared with your tether in mind. Okay. Before I do anything. I think it's a good idea. Let me know when you're clear.
The view from Thomas Pesquet's helmet camera as he is right at that flight support equipment and looking right at the ISS rollout solar array. Moments from now, they'll get the go-ahead to begin work to affix an articulating portable foot restraint to the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm. Megan MacArthur inside the International Space Station at the controls of the arm from a robotics workstation. She'll be maneuvering the arm into the proper position for Pesquet to install that foot restraint at the end of the arm. He will ultimately ride in the foot restraint at the end of the arm, holding the array that will transport him and the array to the Port 6 truss worksite, where it will be installed on a mounting bracket for its unfolding and unfurling. And the view of Pesquet wearing the suit bearing the red stripes. You can see the Canadarm2 poised to accept the installation of that foot restraint. The next task on Pesquet's list of things to do as he and Kimbrough work in tandem at the 1 hour 43-minute mark into today's spacewalk.
And I will be ready for GCA to the APFR setup position.
Copy. We've got a position that will move 50 centimeters station zenith.
All right, that sounds good, and I'll probably need more, but I'll let you know. Let's start with 50 centimeters, and you can start GCA.
Copy. Start GCA. We're starting motion.
And I see good motion.
Good motion. "25 centimeters to go."
Continue motion.
MacArthur operating the arm, Van de Heye providing visual cues from inside the station as the arm makes its way towards where Pesquet is located. Again, he soon will be installing this articulating portable foot restraint to the end of the arm to serve as a foot platform, a work platform for his transport over to the P6 worksite.
Zenith, can you give me, say, 25 or 30, 30 centimeters, station aft? I have a great view of the clearance right here.
Copy. 30 centimeters station aft. Starting motion.
I see good motion.
Copy. Good motion. 20 centimeters to go.
Motion. And Mark, you can stop motion right here. I think this is a good position.
Okay, stop motion.
I'll call that GCA complete.
GCA complete. Brakes are on. Go for APFR reconfig.
Copy, brakes are on. Nice work.
Understand brakes on. Thomas, you can ret to the APFR. You'll release it and install it with a clocking of 12.
Copy, Jenny, that's your work.
Shane, we still have you holding position on the FSE. We don't have any get-ahead steps for you right now, so you can position to release Charlie 11 near stanchion Delta. So that's outboard and nadir, pretty close to where you are now, and we'll have you hold there.
Copy, Jenny, I'll put over there and...
Copy.
Jenny, the APFR is out. I've already installed with a clocking of 12. Okay, the paddles are out. The color is locked black on black. And I have a good pull and tug test. The clocking of 12, Jenny.
Copy, Thomas. Good install. Verify APFR settings, Papa Papa, Fox 6.
Yeah, Papa Papa, Foxtrot 6, Jenny. These are correct settings.
Copy. You can release your ret, and then I'll talk you through the tether swap.
I have my red back on me, Jenny.
Copy.
For the tether swap.
Lock your green tether reel and check green hook locked.
Okay, my green tether reel locked. My green hook locked.
Copy. Move yellow hook to SSRMS handrail tether point, and I'll take checks.
The yellow hook on the SSRMS tether point is locked black on black, and the red reel is unlocked.
Copy. Attach green hook to the port CETA cart and unlock your green tether reel.
My green hook is attached to the port CETA cart, and my green reel is unlocked.
Good config. Give SSRMS a go to GCA to the published APFR ingress position.
All right. Mark, I'm bringing myself out of the SSRMS. Let me send the ingress aid first to help. initially for me. And Mark, next you guys go go station F. Sorry, station forward first if you need to, and then station nadir. That'd be nice.
Copy. The pole position is station 4, 20 centimeters, and station nadir 50 centimeters. We'll do those in series if you agree.
That sounds perfect, Mark.
Okay, if you agree, we'll call that start GCA.
Start GCA.
Starting motion.
Good motion, station forward.
Be good motion. Less than 10 to go.
Copy.
With the forward motion, now we're going to do the nadir motion 50 centimeters.
50 centimeters. That sounds good.
Starting motion.
Good motion, station nadir.
Fifteen centimeters to go. 10.
Published.
And correction, we got now 5 centimeters to go.
Portable foot restraint for the operation to actually release the rollout solar array from its flight support equipment.
So you go for that tether and to ingress the APFR.
Shen, you should have eyes on your tether because it's going behind my back.
Starting motion, station forward.
Copy. That's a good motion, Mark.
Thanks.
Mark, stop motion.
Motion.
My tether now is up against the split. Can you go station nadir first or not?
We actually just completed the forward motion, so we can definitely go nadir. That would be our next step.
And Shen, I'll try to bend forward as much as I can. I'm up almost against the...
Thomas Pesquet working with Mark Vandehei to properly position Pesquet at the fine-tuned orientation for the release of the IROSA solar array.
Me and Shane have clearance.
Okay, thanks. Tether are cleared. Continuing station nadir.
Motion to EV2.
Happy, thanks.
Oh, you're now clear of my tether. Thanks, Shane, for your help.
operating like a utility worker at the end of a portable platform. Pesquet at the end of the Canadarm2, and the view on the right is from his helmet camera, being maneuvered into the proper position for the release of the IROSA solar array from its flight support equipment.
Manual maneuvers completed. We're getting set up for the joint OCAS.
Copy.
While we're getting configured for the joint OCAS, I'll get a glove inspection and HAP check from both Shane and Thomas.
Jenny, good gloves for me, and HAP is dry. Glove EV2, dry HAP.
Copy. Good checks on EV1 and EV2. And for your awareness, we are having issues with HECA today, so I'll ask you a couple more times during the CVA, I'm sure, to power cycle and check for a green light. I'll get you both to do that now.
Okay, Jenny, no problem. The green light now, and I'll power cycle. Off. I call with a green light for EV1.
Copy EV1 and 2.
And 2 power cycle.
Copy 2.
Now we're a switch through away from joint OCAS 1 of 1 in Vern.
Thanks, Mark. I am ready for motion.
Starting that motion.
And I see good motion.
Two hours into today's spacewalk, Thomas Pesquet now being maneuvered toward the solar array at the very bottom of your screen. Shane Kimbrough nearby as he monitors this part of the procedure that will result in the release of the array, and then Pesquet will be maneuvered as he holds the array over to the P6 work site.
Coming over here tomorrow, looking good. All right, thanks, Shane.
Anyway, Thomas, this is a total of 2 minutes in OCAS. I don't think I told you that earlier, so I'm not sure how far into that we are.
Oh, sounds good, and getting close to IROSA, so it's all good. I'll be a bit more.
.30 seconds to hand over.
Copy, Jenny.
Thomas, we're setting up for a manual maneuver.
We are in a handover period between satellites on the tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll get our downlink video and communications with the crew back momentarily. 2 hours, 3 minutes into the spacewalk, Thomas Pesquet being maneuvered at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm down to the ISS rollout solar array, the second of the arrays being installed on the International Space Station to augment the power capability of the complex.
Thomas, we are ready for that maneuver to the GCA published.
Okay, Mark, and you said 75 centimeters body in. That sounds like a good published position. Start GCA.
Copy, start GCA. Started.
Good motion.
Thirty-five centimeters to go.
In motion. And Mark, you can stop motion right here.
Okay, Megan, stop the motion.
It's a good position. I'll call that GCA complete.
GCA complete. Brakes are on.
Copy, brakes are on. Nice job, you two.
Ground copies, brakes are on. Thomas, attach a RETS to the scoop on the inboard IROSA microsquare.
Okay. Mark. Have a RETS on the scoop.
Copy, we are prepping to release IROSA from the FSE. So Thomas, check your tools and tethers are clear and your ingress aid is stowed.
Tools and tethers are cleared. Ingress aid is stowed. My heels are in position. The cooling is good. Visor is up right now. I'll bring it down. Now we're getting into the... That's right, Jenny.
Copy. We are going in tonight. We have 2 minutes until eclipse.
Okay. And now control the IROSA from my position.
Copy, and you might have said it, but to confirm your heels are secure in the APFR and your gauntlets are down.
Gauntlets are down. I didn't say that. Thanks, Jenny. And my heels are secure and sharing eyes on them.
Okay, copy. So now you're going to work together to release IROSA. Thomas, when you are ready, you can give Shane a go to release the final FSE bolt, Charlie 11. I'll have settings for that in a moment, Shane. But a caution, prior to releasing IROSA, ensure that the FSE is not moving. And Thomas, you will keep IROSA pulled toward you to keep it engaged on the pin slot interface on the FSE until you are ready to release it. Following that final bolt release, Shane, you'll be installing the square scoop, 45 degrees toward Thomas, and then translating to clear IROSA from the tower grapple fixture.
Okay, good work, Jenny. I like the extra of pulling IROSA down. That's what I'm doing right now. And Shane, I have control you. I go bolts on the 11, I think. I'm looking at 2 bolts here and just want to make sure I get on the correct one. 30%.
Copy, you're looking for Charlie 11. It should be labeled. It's the larger bolt there. Let me know if you see it. Your settings are Bravo 3, counter 3.
I see the larger bolt does not have Charlie 11 next to it. The smaller one does. That's what's kind of confusing.
Checking.
Which one? The small one, is that the stop block, Shane? Maybe, yeah. Great. Because the stop loss.
Shane Kimbrough using the pistol grip tool to release the last bolt, holding the ISS rollout solar array in place.
On one of those bolts as well. We're checking on additional words for you.
Copy on Bravo 3, counter 2 or 3?
Bravo 3, counter 3. And again, your socket should only fit on one bolt.
Copy, thanks. Second. Are you ready? Let me 1 minute to increase my cooling. To increase my cooling. Just want to be sure. How many turns are we looking for, Jimmy?
24 to 26 turns. The bolt will spring out when released.
27.
And Shane, I can see in your helmet cam that you are...
You ready, Thomas? Yeah.
Shane, stand down. You are not on the correct bolt. Charlie 11 should be under the guard for the iRosa blankets, so further away from you. You should be able...
I'm not on any bolt yet, Jimmy.
Okay. Just making sure that to confirm that it's the bolt with the cylinder.
Copy. Are you ready? I'm ready, sorry. Control, I'm pulling down. Not an easy access. So long. Yeah, I struggled a little bit. Ready position here? Ready. It counts from turns if you want to see the PG. I'm driving. Okay. 8, 4, 7, 8, 10. 1, 3, 4, 5. A couple more turns. Yeah. 1, 8. All right, 8 turns here, Jimmy.
Copy 28 turns on Charlie 11. The bolt should be sprung out, fully released. You can start your PGT, Shane.
Give that some work.
Shane, you'll be installing the square scoop on the root.
PGT good.
Copy. You can install the square scoop on the root beam microsquare near Charlie 11. Remember, 45 degrees toward EV1.
Work. Tomorrow you have the iRosa, right? I have the iRosa collection. It's locked. I'm going to take my red off. Nice, please, Ben. You have the IROSA? I have the IROSA. The scoop is installed, Jenny.
Copy, Shane. Translate to the zenith outboard side of the FSE to assist with clearing our ROSA from the tower grapple fixture.
I'm going to reposition.
Copy. And that'll be to the other side of the grapple tower.
Two hours, 14 minutes into the spacewalk, Pesquet and Kimbrough working to release the IROSA solar array from its flight support equipment. We're just about there.
That's the array when it's straight up. Back.
When you're ready to release IROSA, Thomas, you can slide IROSA zenith to release it from the pin slot interface. And Shane, you'll be giving SSRMS a go for the lower IROSA back off. Again, we want your eyes on the clearance with the grapple tower.
Shane, you ready? Copy that. I'm in position and I'm ready. Okay. Light it up. Feels like it's released. Catching up on my end. Yeah. Control. It's full and stable. Okay. And Shane, up to you for the maneuver. Hey, Mark and Megan, you have a go to the back off position.
Copy. We're taking the brakes off, and we're going to move reference to Thomas' body axis 3 meters body up.
Copy.
Start that motion.
I feel good motion.
Copy.
And you tell me how to orient IROSA. Yeah, I'm seeing good motion now.
Copy.
Hey, right there, Thomas. Very stable.
Oh, how's the rate?
Rate's perfect, Mark.
Copy. Megan's flying great.
Concur. Well, nicely, looking great. Copy. It's settling. We're moving slowly, but moving. Our clearance is good.
Copy. Copy. Good tower clearance. If you can pitch it up a little bit, you're going to work slowly. Yeah.
uncomfortable. She doesn't really want to pitch up. It's stuck on something? Okay.
You want to stop motion?
Yeah, I think it's stop motion for now, Mark. I don't know if Shane is a good
Stop.
reason. Okay, copy motion stopped. It's hard to pitch. I don't know, maybe it's just me. No, nothing?
I don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not saying either.
Try to pitch it from here a little bit.
Left a little bit.
Inch.
Moving free.
Yeah. Okay, now it's...
Almost 2 hours, 20 minutes into the spacewalk, the second IROSA rollout solar array now being extracted from its flight support equipment by Thomas Pesquet at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm, as visual assistance is being lended by Shane Kimbrough, who will move over to the P6 worksite at the base of the far left side of the station, where this array will be installed on the opposite side from which the 2B solar array was installed this past Sunday.
Started that motion.
Good motion.
Good motion.
Looks like it's settling again.
Yeah.
Stop motion, Mark.
Motion.
I think it's on the my left, like on the inboard side. Feels like there's some friction.
Move freely again. I just moved.
Oh, it feels like it's touching on something.
Okay, good.
Can you translate zenith and look maybe? Look down from the zenith side of the FSE.
Yeah, Jenny, you go with me going over to the other side?
Yeah, we are. We're following along, Shane, and we agree you should go to the Zenith inboard side. Check it out.
That's in order. You know, hang around first. I'll just.
I need to copy your last, Shane.
I don't see anything right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm up on the Bravo stance. There is.
You maybe try to push it up a little bit, like away
Okay,
from
I see what it is now.
What is it?
So it's hitting the, you know where we put that tip pin in, whatever that bolt was?
Uh-huh.
Coming up to that bolt, and it's just being stuck there. So
Okay.
you yaw it to your right a little bit.
Can you push it a little bit?
And Shane, you can deconflict it from that bolt. You can touch you can touch the bumper that your left hand is close to, the white bumper that protects the blanket.
I don't think it clears it, but yeah, Jenny.
It's clear now?
No.
No? Okay.
All right, to your right, Tomato.
You have to, I don't have, I think I'm hitting on the other side. Can you push it to yaw it to my right? Now it's hitting on the other side. What I can do though is roll to my left. I'm gonna roll it towards you.
Okay.
I don't know if that helps, because I don't have eyes on the problem, but...
Yeah, good, let's try that and see.
I'll roll towards you a little bit.
Out there. Stop.
Stop, okay.
And will definitely help. Mark and Megan, are you guys ready?
We're ready. What direction?
The standard direction of going, whatever you're doing before, that way.
Okay, copy. We got a couple more meters to go. Starting that motion.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to go like 20 centimeters and I'll stop you probably.
Okay, we'll go 20 centimeters and check in.
Roll to your left. Mark and Megan.
We start the motion.
You can stop motion.
Motion.
That's not helping too much. You're going to hit that bolt.
We are following along. We suggest you might be able to move nadir, and hopefully the bolt could clear the gap. Oh, looks like you did it.
There you go.
Well done, Shane.
It's free now, Jenny. It's free now.
Okay. Okay, Mark, ready for you to resume. Jenny, you want me to stay here or go to the other side?
Shane,
You go watch the tower plane.
I was looking with respect to the tower, Shane.
Shane,
Grapple fixture out there.
can you see the tower?
I cannot see it. Sorry. Probably need to go back over there, right?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you...
we're holding in place until you give us a go that you've got good clearance views.
Shane, we want you...
This bolt here.
Shane, we're happy with the clearance to the bolt, so we want you by the tower to view that clearance during the motion.
Yep.
.30 seconds from handover.
Two hours, 27 minutes into the spacewalk. Thomas Pesquet carefully removing the IROSA solar array from its flight support equipment. Very tight tolerances to get it out of the flight support equipment area under the watchful eye of Shane Kimbrough, who's alongside. We're in between satellites on our tracking and data relay satellite system. We'll get a downlink television and communications capability back from the station just momentarily. Everything continuing to proceed fairly close to the timeline for Pesquet and Kimbrough. Spacewalk that began at 6:52 a.m. Central Time, 7:52 a.m. Eastern Time.
We're looking good over here. Motion. Tomorrow you have it. It's free. Okay. Here's the tower clearance is good.
Copy.
Are you clear of the stances on the left if you want to yaw it to your left a little bit? Not required.
Move out to my left.
Looks good.
Copy.
Pitch it up. Looking good. Tower clearance is good. I see that you've cleared the tower and the FSE.
Copy, Shane. Nice work. Thanks for all the help.
Copy.
Thomas Pesquet now in firm control of the IROSA solar array. It is now out of its flight support equipment structure. Shane Kimbrough will move over to the P6 truss worksite to receive a handoff of the array from Pesquet once Pesquet is maneuvered over to that location by astronaut Megan MacArthur, operating the Canadarm2 robotic arm from her robotic workstation inside the International Space Station.
How much more to go, Mark?
Got 15 more centimeters. Okay, motion is stopped. We're setting up for a joint LCAS.
Copy. Ready for motion.
Mark?
Shane, you can perform a socket swap to the 5/8 2-inch socket on your PGT.
Everything works.
We're one switch throw away from a joint OCAS. It's the first of 3. This one will take 2 minutes in Vern.
Copy, Mark. Those are great information, and I am ready for motion.
Starting the motion.
And good motion. Nice and smooth.
We get full test on the 12-inch on the socket caddy.
Copy.
So now we're set up for the second OCAS.
Copy.
Full test on the 2-inch on my PD.
Copy. Shane, after you stow your PGT, you'll be retrieving Thomas' green hook from the port Cedar cart.
Copy that.
Now we're switching away from the second of 3 joint OCAS in Vern, 2 minutes.
Потому что сейчас же вам рассказал, неудобно использовать до воскресенья.
I have some motion shadow on the... Yeah. Okay, Mark, I copy. I'm ready for your second joint OCAS.
All right, we'll put in the arrow motion.
Copy. That's a good motion.
Copy.
Hey, Mark, I don't have visual references anymore, so if you can give me a heads up when the motion up so that I can control and prepare the aerosa.
Yeah, we'll give you. We'll tell you when we start ramping out.
Yeah. Great, thanks.
And Thomas, just for your awareness, some of these maneuvers will bring you close to the 2A solar array. It'll be on your left side. We understand you're in the dark right now, but if you do see it, we don't want it to surprise you. We have good clearance from the ground, and so do M1 and M2 from their procedure.
Okay. Many thanks for your heads up. I appreciate it.
And we're starting to ramp out.
Thank you, Mark.
Shane, when you pick up Thomas' green hook, make sure you attach it to your waist tether or D-ring extender or green reel.
Okay, copy that.
And Thomas, that motion's complete. We're setting up the third journal cast.
Yep. Thanks, Mark. Your call was great. I could nicely control the IRO sign. I'm ready for the third of 8.
Jenny, I got Thomas' green hook and my left D-ring extender.
Copy, Shane. Check reel unlocked.
It was unlocked.
Copy. Translate to P6 for a green hook location. Check gauntlets in place prior to crossing the Sarge.
Yeah, I'll check it right now, gauntlets on.
Thomas, we are one switch from a third of 3 joint casts. This one's going to be 1 minute long in Vern.
Copy, Mark. I'm ready for motion.
Motion.
We copy your check, Shane.
Ramping out.
Copy. Alright, and I see the solar array towards my feet, a little bit forward.
And that motion is complete.
Copy. Let's work.
While we're setting up a manual maneuver, it'll be a GCA.
GCA from Shane, I guess.
Shane, you're looking for handrail 5311 for Thomas' green hook and 5388 for yours.
After that, thanks, Jenny.
Headed into insolation in 1 minute.
Copy. And I see you coming.
Yep, I'll be in too. Don't worry. Up there and set the green hooks.
Copy.
Okay, Thomas is on 5311.
Good words.
Houston Station on 1, we're standing by for your go for the AROSA handoff maneuver.
I'm on 538832.
Copy. Check both reels unlocked.
And Station on 1, big picture, we're just waiting for Shane to get in position and get a little better lighting, and then we'll give you the go.
And also, copy, this is going to be a GCA, so we got to wait for their calls as well.
With the unlocked, Jimmy.
Copy. Reels unlocked. You're translating to handrail 5344, outboard of your APFR. We'll put in a fair lead there.
This is Mission Control Houston, 2 hours 45 minutes into the spacewalk. Thomas Pesquet has been maneuvered to the P6 worksite near the base of the mast canister for the large legacy or heritage solar arrays that you see in the field of view. Those arrays delivered years ago on the STS-97 mission to the International Space Station, the first pair of original solar arrays for station power. Shane Kimbrough is about to move into a portable foot restraint at the worksite to take a handoff of the AROSA or ISS rollout solar array from Pesquet, who transported that array out of the flight support equipment on the truss and was maneuvered by astronaut Megan MacArthur at the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm to join Kimbrough at the worksite, to which this array will be installed on a mounting bracket for its unfolding and unfurling, joining another rollout solar array that was installed for the 2B power channel of the station back on Sunday. This array in play today is for the 4B power channel.
Hey, Jimmy, what's the handrail for the
5346.
Charlie? Gotcha. All right, third lead is in on 534.
Good words. Verify APFR settings, Fox 7.
Well, black on black. First test, good pull test. The 12 o'clock, Fox. Fox. Work on the 7.
Good settings. You can ingress the APFR, and then we'll perform your checks prior to the handoff maneuver.
I got a set 7. There you go. 7 now.
Copy, Shane.
Shane Kimbrough looking down at the Earth from 255 miles up as the International Space Station flies from southwest to northeast, entering an orbital sunrise over the Pacific Ocean.
All right, it's all set up, Jenny, and you've been now, right?
You can ingress, Shane.
Kimbrough about to position his feet in a portable foot restraint to accept a handoff of the rollout solar array from Thomas Pesquet. As we take questions on hashtag #AskNASA, a Twitter user asks, does Thomas simply put his feet in the foot restraint and they are secure, or does he use something else to secure them? No, he simply slips his feet into the foot restraint. He is tethered to other structures at the same time to make sure he is securely fastened, but it's simply putting feet in a foot restraint, slipping those feet in to the foot restraint, which is attached to the various structures at the work sites. Another Twitter user, Wayne, asks, is the rollout solar array that was deployed last week actually supplying power to the International Space Station? The answer is yes. It is up and running in perfect fashion, supplying about 20 kilowatts of power, as will all the other solar arrays.
All right, tomorrow, take him in.
All right.
Doing all right?
I'm doing good.
Shane, now that you're in the APFR, check your tools and tethers are clear and your ingress aid is stowed.
The tools and tethers are clear. I just cleared my safety tether a little bit. Ingress aid is stowed.
Check your
Be ready for Tuesday.
visor, glove heaters, cooling are set. Your heels are secure and your gauntlets are down.
Visor, glove heaters set. Glove heaters are off. What else, Jenny? I'm sorry.
Heels are secure and gauntlets down.
Gauntlets are down.
Spacewalk communicator Jenny Seide providing Shane Kimbrough with instructions as he moves into a portable foot restraint to accept a handoff of the ISS rollout solar array from Thomas Pesquet, the International Space Station, about to cross the west coast of Canada, flying just north of Vancouver.
Copy, Mark and Megan. I'm ready for the GCA.
All right, Shane, great. That GCA will be relative to Thomas' body frame. Will be 2 meters body in. How's that sound?
That sounds good. I'm ready.
Okay, we'll call that start GCA. Starting motion.
That's a good motion.
Happy, good motion.
And a good view of the second of the 6 rollout solar arrays to be installed on the International Space Station, currently being held by Thomas Pesquet, about to hand them off to Shane Kimbrough. Here in Mission Control, the spacewalk being supervised by Flight Director Pooja Jesrani. On the right of your screen, seated in the white jacket, is spacewalk communicator Jenny Sidey, Canadian Space Agency astronaut, and to her right is veteran NASA astronaut Drew Feustel.
One meter to go.
Copy one, looking good.
Pitching it a little bit towards you.
Thank you.
I have 0 centimeters to go.
Copy.
Twenty-five centimeters.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Ten centimeters. Five. Okay, Shane, that's published. How's that look?
That looks great. You can stop motion, GCA complete.
Copy, GCA complete. Brakes are on. Go for ROSA handoff.
Let me get a red on it. All right. Tomorrow, I can only reach one handle from this location, so we'll work together.
I can reorient it as soon as long as you let me know. You can put a hand on it. Put a hand on it and.
Yeah, I have a red on it now.
Okay. I feel you're taking control.
I don't have control yet, but try to get to the second hand now. Roll it to your left.
Roll it to my left. Yep. Okay. Four.
I think that's good right there.
Okay, let it settle. A minute. Okay.
Now, you can let go for a second. Let me reorient it a little bit.
Okay, so I'm letting go of one hand. I still have one hand on it.
Oh, here.
Is that good for you?
Almost. I have control.
Okay, you have control. I'll release my breath. Try not to give motion to Rosa, because I have a big moment arm here. I move it. Okay. Alright, my red is, you have a red on it, right, Shane?
Correct.
Okay, my red is released. I have control, and it is nice and stable. So you're pitching down a bit. I guess that's fine.
Ground copies all.
Down, Shane.
With a good handoff, when you're ready, Thomas, you can give SSRMS a go to maneuver to the back-off position.
You're still pitching down, Shane, right? Have control? Can you get me?
I'm hearing you, Thomas.
Yeah. You're pitching down, right? You're aware?
I tried to pitch up to correct that, but
It's pitching down. As soon as I let go of my hand, it's pitching down. I mean, down view. I see it's pitching down. Do you want me to bring it back up?
it seems like a good position, but no.
Yeah, but it's, as soon as I let go, it takes quite a rate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't feel like it's moving at all.
Yeah, but it's moving. I can see on that end. It is still pitching down a little bit.
I pitch it up.
It's going down on my end.
Changing relative to me.
I think it's very slight on your end, but it's significant on my end. Like compared to when I let go, it traveled by 1 meter already. But do you have a structure in view at your feet or something?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so you have a reference. So I'll let go. It's stable now. Got it? Okay. And Mark and Megan, I'm go for maneuvering the back-off position.
Copy to go for the post handoff back off.
Looking good and stable, Shane. Nice work.
So, Mark, can you give us a tethers and tools check?
So I have my tethers are cleared from the IROSA. My tools are nicely typed in. I am ready for motion. Everything's clear.
Okay, we're starting that back off maneuver. Starting motion.
Copy.
That motion is started.
Motion started. I see good motion.
Copy, good motion.
Shane Kimbrough in firm control of the IROSA solar array. Thomas Pesquet being backed away from that location. He will get out of the foot restraint and then join Kimbrough back at the P6 truss worksite to begin the process of mounting the array onto the mod kit or mounting bracket that's at the base of the P6 solar arrays where the integrated electronics assembly is located.
So, now we're setting up for the first of 2 joint LCASs.
Right mark. Sounds good. I'm ready for motion.
Well, this is the first of 2 joint LCASs. We're 1 switch throw away. It'll be in course, 2.5 minutes.
Copy. I am ready for motion.
Starting motion. We haven't started that motion yet.
Copy.
Now we're starting motion.
All right. And I feel good motion.
Copy.
Station Houston, Space Ground for everybody, big picture on what's next. So we're currently at EVA PET of just over 3 hours. Our working eco start is in about 37 minutes. We see the limiting consumable is EV2 battery of 753. Our plan when we get back to the egress position is after the tether swap, we're going to actually pull the APFR off the SSRMS and stick it in a nearby whiff, and we believe that's going to save us time on the other end and protect us in case we get into that third eclipse of the day. So we're looking to save some time on the other end. And that's the big picture for now. How copy?
E1 copies. 2 copies.
Some copies. So that's the first joint LCAS is complete. Set up for number 2.
Copy. Ready. And Jenny, I think I feel a bouncing bracket at the right descent is engaged. Shooting up from the bouncing bracket from I see here. Take a note for later when we get to it.
Yep, we copied Thomas, and we were expecting that.
Okay.
We're away from the second of 2 joint LCASs. This one's in course, 2 minutes.
Copy, Mark. Ready.
Starting that motion.
Hey, Dre, where's Thomas taking that APFR? Sorry, I missed it.
Sorry, Shane, say again?
Did you recall down said you're going to move the APFR somewhere?
Yeah, I copy that.
Where are you going?
I don't know. It's sitting a reef nearby, but they'll have more words, I guess.
I have words on that if you want it now, Thomas.
I want it now. Thanks.
You'll be doing the tether swap, and then when you remove the APFR, you'll be stowing it in WIF 13, which will be on your left. It is on the A-frame. There will also be a WIF right in front of you, but we do not want to use that WIF as it's right in the way of the translation path coming inboard.
You're reading my mind, Jenny. Okay, that sounds good. I see the WIF 13 on the A-frame, the left of handrail 5311, where I'll do the tether swap. And I was looking at the one that would put the APFR in the way, so good call there.
All good words. And to confirm, you also will not need to change any of the settings on the APFR. When you stow it in WIF 13, your clocking will be 6. I'll give that to you again later.
Copy.
And that second journal cast is complete. We're setting up a manual maneuver. It'll be a GCA.
Copy, Mark. I'm ready for today. You have it published?
We do. We're still setting up, but it will be 4 meters body in.
That sounds exactly right.
Prior to GCA, Thomas, could you reset your HECA and check green light?
I have green light now. Off. Back on with a green LED.
Copy, thanks.
Tomorrow we're ready for the start GCA call.
All right, start GCA, Mark.
Starting GCA, 4 meters body in. Motion started.
See you.
Did you say good motion?
I did say good motion.
Okay, good motion. Three meters to go.
Motion.
Thomas, we've got 2 meters to go. Can you see that turning pin?
I see that turning pin. It's my left, a little bit lower. I have a good vision. Clearance vision, if you like.
Copy, good clearance.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours, 13 minutes into the spacewalk. A good view of the IROSA solar array, the ISS rollout solar array, the second of the 2 such arrays being installed on the International Space Station. It's in the grasp of Shane Kimbrough. We had a view from his HD camera for a moment. Now you're looking at Thomas Pesquet being moved back to a position where he will get out of the foot restraint at the end of the Canadarm2. He transported the array over to hand off to Kimbrough after the array was released from its flight support equipment on the truss of the station. Pesquet will join Kimbrough back at the P6 truss worksite for the installation of that array on a mounting bracket at the base of the mast canister that houses the legacy or heritage, the original solar arrays for the P6 truss, to which this second rollout solar array is being attached to join the first such array that was installed this past Sunday.
5. And that's pole position. How is that looking, Thomas?
It's looking fantastic. It is great motion. GCA complete.
GCA complete. Brakes are on. Go for APFR egress.
Copy. Brakes are on.
Ground copy.
Jenny, I am ready for my APFR egress.
Okay, with your waist tether down on handrail 5311, check the gate is closed and locked.
On my right waist tether down on 5311, and the gate is closed and locked.
Copy. You can egress the APFR, and then we'll GCA if required in order to access your yellow hook and the APFR.
I am out of the APFR. Yeah, it'd be nice to have kind of 50 centimeters station forward, possible, or that towards body up if we were in internal coordinates before.
Yep, we copied 50 centimeters, APFR boot plate up or body up if you're in your old reference frame. Does that make sense?
That sounds good. That's perfect, Mark.
Okay, are you clear for us to start that GCA?
Yeah, I've actually had a hand on the finger save to keep it away from me. Can go for the GCA.
Okay, we're going to ramp this in slowly, starting with motion. And that's a start GCA.
Yeah, start GCA.
Copy, good motion.
With Megan MacArthur at the controls of the Canadarm2 robotic arm, Mark Vandehei providing visual cues alongside of her in the International Space Station at the robotics workstation. The robotic arm being backed away from Thomas Pesquet now that he's out of the foot restraint. He soon will be joining Shane Kimbrough back at the P6 worksite. Kimbrough with a firm grasp on the ISS solar array, the rollout solar array, the second of 6 such rollout solar arrays. A good view of those arrays right now that will be installed on a mounting bracket, unfolded and unfurled for the 4B power channel on the P6 truss of the International Space Station.
For now, but don't go too far.
Okay, so we haven't stopped the GCA yet, unless you say it's GCA complete.
No, I think GCA complete for now.
GCA complete. Brakes are on. That we go for the APFR adjustments.
Okay.
And Thomas will our tether swap first.
I copy.
The International Space Station is flying 255 miles over the Atlantic Ocean, midway between the east coast of South America and the west coast of Africa.
Put my left waist tether on handrail 5232, Jenny. The gate is closed and locked, and I'll pick back up the one I have up here.
Copy. Release.
I'm ready for your words on the swap.
Release your yellow hook from the SSRMS and attach it to your green reel.
start. And I think I need 20 to 30 centimeters body in based on my previous position. Okay, Megan.
Copy. We can do that. 20 centimeters boot plate in.
That's right.
And you have the clearances there.
I have the clearances.
Okay, with that, we'll call it a start GCA.
Start GCA.
Starting GCA and starting motion.
Good motion.
Copy, good motion. Time to go.
That position.
And that's the 20 centimeters you asked for tomorrow. How's that look?
Yeah, that looks good. Thank you.
Should we call that GCA complete?
That's GCA complete.
Make sure on.
Entry brakes are on.
Ground copies, brakes on.
And my yellow hood, Jenny, on green reel, locked black on black, and the reel, both reels are unlocked.
Copy. That is a good tether config. You can ret to the APFR and remove it from the arm.
My waist tether on the APFR, Jenny, that's fine.
That's fine, Thomas. Remove the APFR and install it in WIF 13 with a clocking of 6.
It is sticky. And color knob is very sticky, Jenny. I need to move a little bit. You doing, Shane? Good, man, thanks.
We copy, Thomas.
Okay. APFR is out. You said reef 13.
A-firm, it should be on the A-frame near your left hand. We're looking for a clocking of 6.
In work. Read on 112.
6.
Copy 6. Jenny, APFR is in. Clocking of 6. Those are out. Black on black. Have a good full test.
Good APFR install, Thomas. Check your tools and tethers are clear from the arm, and you can remove your tether to the APFR.
Approaching the 3.5-hour mark in the spacewalk today by Pesquet and Kimbrough. A good view of Thomas Pesquet, EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1, wearing the suit with the red stripes. He is stowing the foot restraint that was affixed to the end of the Canadarm2 robotic arm that he placed his feet into to ride the arm, carrying the ISS rollout solar array to the Port 6 Truss worksite, where Shane Kimbrough is patiently waiting for Pesquet to join him to install the array that you see here in the field of view from Kimbrough's helmet camera with the Earth below. That array will be mounted onto a mod kit, as it's called, basically a mounting bracket at the base of the Port 6 truss structure. Then electronic cables will be hooked up to join the new array to the integrated electronics assembly for the 2B, for the 4B power channel. In this case, the 2B power channel received the first new solar array this past Sunday. The crew then will be using a pistol grip tool to disengage a series of bolts to enable the array to be unfolded and unfurled and tensioned so that it can begin to draw electricity during daylight passes of the Earth. Each of these new arrays will be capable of producing about 20 kilowatts of electricity to augment the current power output of the station's older solar arrays. In all, 6 of the 8 power channels on the station will receive arrays, those power channels drawing the greatest loads or the greatest requirements for electrical consumption for payloads and other hardware that they are associated with. The technology from these rollout solar arrays that are being installed on the space station is also going to be used in the Gateway program in lunar orbit. The Gateway is an outpost under development that will orbit the moon, providing support for a long-term human return to the lunar surface and a staging point for deep space exploration. The arrays to be used for the Gateway program are, and particularly for the power and propulsion element of Gateway, will be a bit larger than the rollout solar arrays being installed on the space station. A single IROSA or station rollout solar array measures 60 feet by 15 feet, while the solar array wing contemplated for Gateway will be 60 feet in length and 32 feet wide. The 2 arrays to be installed on the power and propulsion element of Gateway in the future will produce about 60 kilowatts of power. Gateway to use the power to move around the moon while performing lunar exploration tasks, technology demonstrations, and other experiments.
The incremental yards looks like setting of 2. Okay. All right, Shane. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. So it's going to be to your left.
Correct.
And here's your first click.
Go down.
Yeah. Oh, it's your in the click now.
Okay.
That's 6.
And how's the orientation of this?
Orientation in terms of Irosa?
Yeah, going to structure over there to my left. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good, but you'll have to pitch up a lot when we get to the end. At least 60 degrees of pitch.
Put some of that in now, real quick.
Yeah.
Looking better?
Yeah, looking better, but you're going to need more. But
Yeah, I'm going to ramp that out, though, and then I'll let you go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. Ready.
All right, here's second click. All right. And you're out of 6, going down to 5. We'll click in 5 and I'll tell you. Click in 5.
Ramp it out. Pitch. Come on, I'm ready for the next yaw.
Okay. Out of 5, going to 4. Out of work too. Clicking 4.
Are we looking to structure?
Need 40 degrees of pitch or 30 degrees of pitch at least.
Better or not?
Yeah, better.
Ready when you are.
Okay, ready for one more click. Out of 4, going to 3. Clicking 3. That was there. So the Arosa is close to the HFR, but we still have some clearance.
See that?
Yeah, the height is good for now. You pitch it up even more, better. Or, yeah. Now,
I'm ready.
okay, ready for the final click? Out of 3, going to 2. In 2.
You just picture a blue plate when you get over there and see that out or not. Tomorrow, I think I'm in good position here.
Okay. Resume my translation, my HFR position.
We copy you're in a good position, and we copy the clearance of Irosa to structure. Well done. Thomas, ensure that Shane's tether is clear for his egress later.
I'll go under the HFR.
Thomas, you're translating to handrail 5360, outboard of your APFR.
And pitch up.
I'll watching it.
It has a tendency to pitch down. P5360, Jenny.
A-firm, you'll be fair leading your safety tether on 5356, just nadir of 60.
F356. See?
3 hours, 35 minutes into the spacewalk, Thomas Pesquet, as you can see from this view from his helmet camera, moving into position to join Kimbrough at the P6 worksite, where he will take a handoff of the array back from Kimbrough now that he has stowed the one of two articulating portable foot restraints in play for today's spacewalk. Once that second handoff is completed, the crew will then receive instructions from the ground IV or spacewalk communicator, Jenny Sidey of the Canadian Space Agency, to begin work to install the rollout solar array to a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 array for the 4B power channel.
India, Foxtrot, and 7.
Back with you after the handover. Repeat your last.
7 looks all right.
Yes. 7 looks right. 12 India, Foxtrot 11, Jenny.
We want to confirm settings of Fox 11.
Yeah, 12 India, Fox 11, Jenny.
Okay, copy. We're caught up, Thomas. You can ingress the APFR, then we'll do our checks.
Okay. And Shane, you have to yaw the arrows at your left if you can. Or okay.
Thomas, mind the clearance between your helmet and the Arrosa blanket.
I see it, Jenny. I'm doing my best.
Understood.
Yeah, I mean, the APFR.
Pretty great.
Copy, Thomas. Ensure tools, tethers clear, ingress aid stowed.
that is good.
We are 2 minutes until eclipse. Set your visor, glove heaters cooling.
All good, Jenny. Thanks.
Heels secure in the APFR and gauntlets are down.
Okay. Heels secure and gauntlets are down.
Okay, with that, you can work together to transfer control of IROSA. Keep in mind, you'll be performing a RET swap, and it's important, Thomas, that the RET goes on the scoop in your left hand.
So left scoop. Okay, that makes sense. And Jen, if you're ready, can you get sit up from your position?
Not much authority there.
Up, reach up.
All right, man.
Yeah, I didn't copy your Russian, but...
I'm trying. I don't have much authority, but...
Oh, okay. If you bring it up a little bit, then I can help. Right now, I only have the blankets, but... There you go. Okay. I'm helping you pitching up. Okay. You hold it there. Set a red on the scoop. Yeah, the red on the scoop. I have a hand on the scoop. Okay, I have control, but I'm sideways, so.
Yeah, I know, like, oh, you have control?
Well, no, stand by. I'm more than 90 degrees sideways, so I'm gonna have to rotate the whole arrow 90 degrees. I'm gonna need you to initiate that motion very slowly once you let go, and then I'll try to stop it. That makes sense?
Alright. On to you.
Okay.
Alright.
I have a hard time hearing you, Shane. You're breaking off all the time.
Yeah, say again what you want.
So I want you to remember the final position. So I need your end to rotate. The left shoulder axis of rotation is my end. That makes sense?
Yep. Once I release it, then you have control. You have control, right?
I have control.
I'm gonna let go.
Yeah.
I'll get my red off. Red off.
Okay. I have to be very stable in pitch. And I just need a little bit of yaw.
You have a hand on it?
I have two hands on it, but on the same scoop.
Are helping?
You'll have to push it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do is push.
Good yaw. I don't see it, yaw. Push it and let go is what I mean, Sharon, right?
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Making that.
Very slowly. Yeah, that looks good.
Better?
Yeah, I can control that.
Have it?
Have it.
I'm gonna let go and get out of the air.
Well done, Thomas and Shane. Shane, understand you're egressing the APFR. You can release your fare lead and head to the mod kit.
Come on.
I'm trying to have good control here.
Very good.
Keep going very, very slowly. Stay home.
Let me get set up and get my air lead off, and I'll be.
Ground copies.
EV crew, warning and caution for you while Jenny's taking a quick break. One on the aft side of the mod kit. On the outboard side, avoid contacting the legacy blanket boxes and protruding trunnions. And a caution, while both crew are working on the mod kit, crew must not simultaneously impart loads into the mod kit. That's translation on folding IROSA, bolt ops, connector ops, or cable routing. Sudden stops and quick grabs are not allowed on the mod kit. 30 pounds max lateral load on mod kit during and after IROSA soft capture.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
Something like a butterfly on the market.
Great.
I'm in a good position now, Shane. Push.
And I'm coming over to you. Over here.
And Shane, for you, you're translating around to the left side of the mounting bracket. Don't forget the fare lead around the IEA corner on handrails 5336 and 5340.
Set up now, and then I'll put a rich man fare lead, same place I did.
Copy that. Sounds good.
What's done tomorrow?
Morning, Shane. Okay.
Shane, we see you trend.
Right, it's right above you.
Hey. On the left side of the bracket at the
We copy.
lower strut upper hand.
We copy, Shane. We need you to check the left soft capture features are armed and down.
Left and are armed and down.
Copy. We're going to work to install iROSA on the mounting bracket. Make sure the bottom of the root beam is aligned with the mounting bracket alignment features prior to installing. And caution, confirm no BGA motion prior to installing iROSA on the mounting bracket. Shane, you can maintain control of iROSA, assisting Thomas as he uses the adjustable equipment tether hook, the long side, which is stowed on the mounting bracket scoop, to tether to and remove the scoop in his right hand.
So it's too far, Jenny. It's too far in my back. I don't think I can do that. I expected, Shane, if you could, maybe you have to go the APFR. I'm sorry, but not a lot.
I have a handrail tomorrow. I have a handrail. Can I bring it towards you tomorrow?
If you have control, then I can yaw myself.
I have control.
Okay, you have control.
I have one hand on it.
The red is pulling it towards me. Able?
Going that way.
You know what? I'm going to try to put the...
Go over. Over with it.
Yaw a little bit. There you go.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, I'm back in. It's on me. Life is good. All right, 80 scoop. Done. And release the scoop. Correct, Jenny?
Hey, firm, remove the scoop.
Perfect. Gone. And I'm going to resume control. Okay.
Control.
No, can you help me bring it back up?
I'm helping.
Yeah. In pitch and then stabilize it nicely parallel.
This is Mission Control Houston as we approach the 4-hour mark into today's spacewalk. Thomas Pesquet and Shane Kimbrough in the third spacewalk in the sequence, currently underway to install the first 2 ISS rollout solar arrays onto the P6 truss structure for that portion of the integrated electronics assembly for the International Space Station. These arrays to augment the current power output of the station's systems. The 2 spacewalkers are in the process, the early stage of installing this second rollout solar array to a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 truss, after which it will be unfolded, maneuvered into place to alignment guides, hopefully without much trouble, and then to have electrical connections made through a series of cables pre-staged by Shane Kimbrough earlier in today's spacewalk.
Yeah, but it's something is pulling on it because it's cable and suddenly it goes pitch down really fast.
Try to hold it down on my end, right?
But don't pull it so that it pitches. That's too much. That's too much. It's making it pitch down and it's not aligned.
It's your end down.
You have to bring it up on your end. Sure. There you go. More. More. More.
More up?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Now, how does it look like sideways?
They come to you just about 10 centimeters. It's lined up?
Lined up?
Yep.
Do you want to go in? Okay, where it's stable. Pitching up on your side. Maybe 3, 2, 1. What's going on?
It's in the hole.
It's in?
Yep. It's just not getting all the way.
No, it's not in on my side.
The hole on your side now.
That's another angle.
Right there. There we go.
Not in on your side though.
Okay.
It's all in the angle. You have to align it. Like in has to be really flat.
Control for a second. I'm going to read.
Half control.
All right, I'm in.
I'm in too.
Yeah.
The detents engaged. Like you see
Around this thing.
Shane, you're coming across broken.
He's checking that the detents are engaged. Lineman guys are engaged, both left and center, and we're checking the detents.
Copy.
It'll take a minute, Jenny. The A-frame gets in the way. It's more exciting, a bit more challenging than the previous one.
To confirm, you have both alignment features and both soft capture features on the left side.
Oh, negative, Jenny. We have both alignment features and we are checking the detents, the soft captures. That's what we're doing right now.
Copy, we're with you.
Okay, both the soft capture detents are in, center and left.
Correct.
The alignment guys are in, center and left.
Copy, we understand. Well done, you two. Thomas, you can release your RET, and you'll be using the adjustable equipment hook on the mounting bracket scoop to attach to the scoop, which is in your left hand.
Copy. Right above you.
Shane, you will be connecting the adjustable equipment tethers, which you pre-staged, to the left side of IROSA.
Okay. Back around this thing.
Jenny, the AT from the mounting bracket scoop is now on the left scoop, and I'm going to go ahead and release the left scoop. I go back.
Good words.
This is Mission Control Houston. We have hit the 4-hour mark into today's spacewalk by Thomas Pesquet and Shane Kimbrough. They have mounted the IROSA array, the ISS rollout solar array for the 4B power channel of the International Space Station and have achieved a soft capture onto the mounting bracket at the base of the Port 6 truss structure of the International Outpost. With that having been completed, the next step will be for Pesquet to use a pistol grip tool to release a final hinge restraint called the inner hinge launch restraint on the array. That will be the precursor to the unfolding of the array, hopefully with less trouble was experienced with a structural interference on the first spacewalk conducted 9 days ago. On that occasion, for the first of these two arrays, a structural interference resulted in the array being refolded into place. A series of troubleshooting steps were implemented to enable Pesquet and Kimbrough to unfold and unfurl that array successfully this past Sunday in the second spacewalk they've conducted.
Equipment tethers to the left side of IROSA. Following that, we'll be able to release the final hinge restraint bolt R6. So you can ready your PGT.
The timing of today's operation requires the International Space Station to be orbiting in darkness or eclipse at the time that electrical connections are made, so that we don't have power flowing through the integrated electronics assembly while those connections are being hooked up for the new array to the electronics assembly. We're 15 minutes into this current of the International Space Station. Flight Director Pooja Jesrani has informed the team here that we will not get to those electrical connections during this pass, and we'll wait until the next night pass to begin that work, pending the other activities that will precede that, including the unfolding and securing of the array in an unfolded alignment configuration.
Releases the final hinge restraint bolt R6. Thomas, stand by for settings until Shane's in position.
I can set now and I won't drive until in position. But that's very interesting.
Thomas, your settings are Bravo 2, counter 2, waiting on Shane's position.
Bravo 2, counter 2, I don't understand. I have to wait for Shane.
Good words.
Okay, Thomas, I'm ready whenever you are.
Good.
Thomas, you're releasing R6.
How many times, Johnny, you didn't say?
You're releasing R6, 18 to 20 turns. The bolt will pop out.
18 to 20 turns. R6. Jenny, I have 19 turns and the bolt popped out. We released.
Copy, Thomas, 19 turns. R6 is released. You can stow your PGT and egress the APFR. I have big picture words for...
All right, Shane. Great position.
All right, releasing it. Open it up.
What?
Gonna open it up.
There's a scoop in the way.
I'm back with you after the handover. Thomas, your next step is to relocate the APFR.
Are we not opening Rosa first?
No, your next...
Shane's standing by with a hand on it. So.
Your next step is to...
If we can, let's do it.
Your next step is to relocate the APFR.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay, we don't need that APFR now, Benny. I don't want to keep Shane waiting like this for too long, but no call.
I understand. You can open it up and tether it first, if that's better for both you and Shane.
I think it's better, so we'll do that.
Understand? Do that. Warning, pitch point, keep clear of rotating IROSA. Thomas, make sure that you are on the outboard side of the mounting bracket.
Copy. Pinch point, we'll make sure.
So Mark, I don't see you.
I have control.
You have control.
So I'm going to magically engage Shane.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that.
The two spacewalkers now are beginning to unfold the rollout solar array to its full extension. The array will be tethered into place for a short period of time while we reconfigure foot restraints prior to the point at which the two spacewalkers will attempt to straighten it to its full extension.
Okay, I love the tethers.
One on the handrail that you're holding on to, and there's one above you. Yep.
Yep. Got one. And two.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done, you two.
Same situation as on the other side. No surprise there.
Copy.
Size alignment.
Thomas, you can ret to the APFR. We'll move that to the center inboard side of the mounting bracket. And I have big picture words for you both.
I'll take a minute to adjust my cooling because I'm still on my SSIMS warm cooling. I've been working a bit more.
Copy.
You can go ahead with the words, Jenny. We're listening.
Okay, well done unfolding our ROSA. We are going to continue with the install steps on the mounting bracket. We are not going to complete connectors during this eclipse, so we're going to prioritize getting iROSA in a stable config on the mounting bracket. Your PET is just over 4 hours, limiting consumable, 7 hours, 55 minutes, EV2 battery.
Okay. Copy all.
We'll have more big picture words on when we're doing those cables shortly, but again, we're pushing with bolts at this time. So Thomas, you have your next steps to relocate the APFR, and I'll take a glove inspection, hap check, and gauntlet check from Shane.
Okay, Jenny, on my left-hand gloves, so my middle finger, ring finger, picture just have some smudges on them. And right glove looks good. My hat.
Copy. Check gauntlets down.
Gauntlets are down.
Copy. Well, Thomas relocating the APFR. Shane, you can stow your green PGT on the crew lock bag and stow your long duration tie-down tether.
What's the long duration? Okay, gotcha. I just keep my PGT if that's all right, and we'll just hand it back and forth. Yeah, yes, that.
No problem.
Spilling it.
This is Mission Control Houston, 4 hours, 11 minutes in to the spacewalk today. The second ISS rollout solar array has been unfolded from its stowed configuration following its soft capture onto a mounting bracket at the base of the P6 solar array truss structure. At this point, Thomas Pesquet and Shane Kimbrough will continue work to more securely fasten the array to that mounting bracket, will not attempt to hook up electrical connections during this particular night pass of the International Space Station. The flight control team here wants to do that in a slow and methodical fashion. Those electrical connections must be mated during an eclipse or night pass of the Earth to make sure that they're not hot, if you will, that there's no power flowing through the integrated electronics assembly during the night time orbit of the Earth. We will get to them. We're just going to have to wait for the next nighttime pass by the station.
On the pitch.
A-firm, Fox, Hotel 3.
Hotel. And 3. Talking of 9.
Copy installed, clocking 9.
For situational awareness, the next night pass of the International Space Station, where the electrical connections can be made, is about an hour from now.
The other wish doesn't really stick.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, now it's in, pedals out. I have a good pull and twist test. Wish 37.
Awesome.
Copy, Thomas.
Okay, what's next, Eddie?
Thomas, can you verify that the right soft capture feature is armed down?
So, if we didn't touch it, I reported before that it wasn't, right? From the SSIMS.
Yeah, this is the right one. If it's not down, we want you to pull it down.
Yeah. But you said it was expected.
It was expected that it deployed, but we want you to reset it.
Okay, got you. Got you. So now it's reset. Groove.
Copy, Thomas.
What's next?
Thomas, translate to the outboard side of the mounting bracket. And Shane, for you, you are going to pull down the middle soft capture feature and cinch the adjustable equipment tether taut to hold the pin down.
Can I hop in the APSR or what do we do?
You can. Your next step is to ingress the APFR, Shane. So if you can reach it better from there, that's fine. We're coming into insulation in about a minute.
Heads up, Jenny.